What's up, everybody? This is Fleming from Customs by Monsterhjerne. Now, I finally had the time to do a little quick video review of the finished splinters that I've been working on for so long now. So these are the ones that I kept for myself, number 7 and number 10, I think. I can't really remember right now. But this is actually going to be a review of the red one most because I already did the review of the other one last year. So I just quickly wanted to show you how these two compare to each other. And I'm keeping the tan one boxed up for myself for my mint collection, and I'm displaying the red one with my loose turtles. So package on the tan one is pretty much the same as the last time. So these are just some I printed when I did the first ones, and just used for all the ones that I've been passing out. So let me just show you this real quick. You have my illustration here. This is kind of a mirror illustration of the original turtle one, just made it with the little rat instead of the turtles, and my canister is tilted over like the one I'm also selling. And you have the artwork of Splinter here, same as the last time, and also my artwork for the back here. So I actually also did one of these in red, where I changed the colors here and also changed the pictures here, and that is the only red one that I sold. So I didn't even make one for myself because I ran out of clamps. So this is actually a really bad one, so I'm kind of on the lookout for a better one. I'm pretty sure that the newer Neca ones are also the same, so I might just pick up an alien or something like that and just kind of put my Splinter in that pack so I get a nicer clam. So let me just get this out to the side, and let me just tilt this down a little bit here so we can focus on Mr. Red here. So I've been making a lot of reviews of these figures, so it's beginning to be a little tedious talking about this figure now. So this will probably be the last time that I talk about the Splinter. Whoops! I better get my backdrop fixed here. So he comes with the exact same things as last time, but there are small changes. Let me just get him set up right here. So he comes with his cane, as you see, and he comes with the little rat, mirroring the turtles, the mini turtles. He also comes with the ooze pool and the canister. Canister is pretty much just a recast of the original one. I hollowed it out, and so it looks like it's cracked. He also comes with a dio piece. That's the same one as Leonardo and Raphael is coming with. So this attaches to the Mauser set, as I've shown in my pictures. So yeah, I never really planned of making one in red, but there was so many requests for one, because I think most people kind of connect with that. So after I finished like 5 of the other ones, I kind of thought it would be fun to see if I could kind of get some of these out. So the red was kind of a bit more difficult to work with than the tan, because when you kind of sand and Dremel these parts, they tend to turn a tad whitish. So it's not a problem on the tan one because he's already so light in his color, so it doesn't really show up here. But I was getting a lot of marks on the red, so it was really difficult. So I had to kind of really sand these parts down. I wasn't sanding the other parts as much, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about here inside the hole I drilled here. It turns out a little bit more light than the rest of the cloak or the rest of the tunic. So that was pretty annoying. So I really only managed to make 2 because I was recasting these parts so many times. So I kind of just tore my molds in the end. And having to remold these parts again, I just couldn't be bothered with it because I've spent so much time on this now. So yeah, it is what it is, but I actually managed to get the parts really nice. And also when applying the sealant, the dull coat, when I was done, it kind of removed the worst of those blemishes, so he kind of looks pretty cool now really happy with them. So this is actually better looking than I was expecting. I think still like the tan one more because that was like the original concept, but this really has its strength. It's a little bit darker on the shelf than the tan one is, where the tan kind of pops a lot. Uh, but this brings out that really classic feel, I think. And also, I'm really satisfied with the red I end up mixing. So he's like the other one, he's not painted. So yeah, so let me just go through this one last time because I've made so many videos now of this one. But all the fur parts are casted in brown resin, and his tunic is cast in the red resin you see. But the brown parts are actually also painted because yeah, it just looks better that way. And he comes with like standard Neca articulation like last time. So let me just take it from the top. You got head rotation, side to side. What I changed from the last one is I kind of removed a little bit of his hair down here so you could get him further to the side. Last time he was not able to turn his head this much. And you also get up and down. Now, something I've been really thinking about when I was making this last batch is I kind of really wanted to change the ball peg I was using, because I'm using a very small ball, kind of like some of the Marvel Legends when they use the smallest ones, and you don't really get any tilt motion, so I didn't take that into account. So if I was to go back and redo this, which I won't, I would definitely try to put the head on a bigger ball, so you could get like more tilting motion. I love when you can like tilt heads from side to side, so that's a little bit of a shame. But you get up and down so you can get those brooding poses, as I'm always talking about, like he's contemplating something or looking at the ooze or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's that. Also, like last time, the chest hair is actually the same kind of resin I use for his other fur parts. So that's a tiny part that's casted inside the softer tunic. So that's pretty cool. So you get like, when you have this in hand, you can kind of tell that these are different materials because they bounce the light off differently. So that's really cool. So down to his shoulders, you get up and down, and you get rotation here, so he can go front. One thing I also changed is I kind of removed a bit of his skirt here, and so he could get his arms out further. So this is one of the things. I'm not a professional action figure builder, and this is really my first one. So I think that having done so many of these 10 now, I think there's definitely a lot of things I've kind of noticed during the process that I kind of would maybe change for another time. Yeah, that's but you live and you learn. Then you have his arms. The bicep joint is pegged up inside the sleeve, so you have a bicep rotation, and you also have double jointed elbows, and you have a hinge and what you call a hinge plug. So this goes up and down. Same with the other one. You have a torso rotation here, and you have his tail back here, hinges up and down, and rotates side to side. Now, one thing that I actually changed on this newer build, this is the same for all of all of the ones from the latest batch, is I casted the tails in flexible resin. Now, some of the other ones I made were a bit more flexible than this, but this is really cool because the last one I did was just totally solid, and this also brings a lot of kind of fun to this. Also, this was a two-part cast, so the fur part down here is also the same resin as this one. Is hard and casted in brown, and the rest is casted in flesh. So I didn't really paint this. I just kind of drew in all the hair parts with a very thin marker. So that's really cool. So it has this like really clean, simple look. One of the things with these, as I've talked about before, is they're extremely hard to paint because you really don't want to use any paint at all. You kind of only want to use the black paint for the black line parts. So kind of restraining yourself is really tough because I'm used to doing like these full paint jobs with the shading and highlights and all the nice stuff that kind of brings the sculpts out. So this was really a kind of a lesson in restraint, I think. So as I said before, the only parts that are actually fully painted are the fur parts. So what I did here is I started with a black spray, just painted them completely black, and then I went over with a brown dry brush, not dry brush in the, what you call it, traditional way, because I was using a lot thicker paint, and just kind of covering only all the outer hair parts, so I had all the black in the crevices. And I kind of did that 3 times with 3 different browns, and I will be making a couple of videos I'm still working on, kind of showing what I used, if you want to replicate this process like bit for bit. So I'll go into further detail with that in that video, but it's like a 4-layered paint job with the black and all the browns. And continuing his articulation, you kind of oh, sorry, I just forgot to mention, and as I mentioned, the red is not painted, only the black line. So kind of restraining yourself with those simple paint application kind of gives that factory feel, because, you know, factories are not painting their figures head to toe. They're kind of just putting in the least amount they can to make it work. So that was pretty fun replicating that. You have leg go forth and they go back and they go out, so he can kind of do a split also if you want to, or a big karate pose, a karate kick. And the skirt is soft like the foot soldiers and shredder, so you can kind of move his legs under that. He can't sit down, but he can get a lot of movement in the soft skirt, so that's pretty cool. You also have a thigh rotation, and you have double jointed knees, and you have a ankle, what you call it, a hinge, and you have an ankle rocker, so he can twist his feet. You have to kind of do like this. So then you can kind of get those good wide poses I'm always talking about. Now, getting the feet to be flush with the floor is always so important when posing. So of course he can do that. So that's pretty much his articulation, totally the same as last time. So and his accessories I showed before quickly. So let's now just see how he compares with some of the other Necas. So let me just go to my shelf up here. So one thing I really like is when you put him next to the shredder. So let me just get the shredder in here. And I'll just tilt the camera up, get the accessories out. Now this is really cool. Something that's really funny about this Mirage line is all the red that is used in all the characters, both with the turtles, bandanas, and also with Shredder and all his foot soldiers. So I wasn't really certain if I was trying to match Shredders, because, you know, you kind of want them to look a certain way. They're more burgundy maroon, and you kind of want a more straight dark red for Splinter, I guess, kind of mimicking the turtles a little bit more, maybe their bandanas. So I was going a little bit back and forth on that. So here you have like some of the other guys. Let me just get Donnie post here. So same as last time, I really think he fits in well with the existing characters. I realized that he is not matching the original artwork that much. I kind of just took reference from the existing figures. Also, they look a little more badass than what Eastman and Laird used to do in the old days. Their turtles looks a bit more goofy, I think, which I really like. But he's going to be displayed with the Neca set, so it was more important that he was looking a bit more like them. So I kind of went for a more like menacing look that I really like, especially the eyes work very well. So that's really cool. Get a nice pose here for him with his cane. And a lot of people have been asking me if there will be any more, and I'm sorry to say that I really need to get on with this, because I think I blew out over half my molds, so I would need to take a couple of weeks in order to remold all that stuff, and I just can't. I think I used 3.5 months doing 6 of these, so even though I know I sell them at a very high price, I can't make it work because I'm not working on my regular job when I'm doing these. So what I'm missing in wages is just far more than what I can pull in making these, even though I wish I could. So plan is now is to take a little break from all this customing, this like these crazy extensive builds. I'm gonna be focusing more on some simpler repaints for the next couple of months. I got lined up some vintage turtles, Rat King, Mugman, some other guys, fun to paint. Also, I'm working on a clamshell for Shredder here, so he can, so he can be mint on card, single carded, like the original clamshells. And I'm also working on a repaint of the April figure, like the one I did last time. I finally I finally got my airbrush working, so I would really like to revisit that paint job and do maybe a simpler, a smoother paint job on her. So that's what I'm working on right now, and these will be like very quick projects, and then I'm gonna start making some accessories for Mesco 112. So if you like those, definitely stay tuned. And hopefully, maybe end of next year, I will return to the Mirage line. I really want to see what Neca will be doing themselves, both maybe at STC next year and also maybe at NYCC. So I don't think they will make more characters, but I just want to make sure that they're not working on their own versions of Casey for the next year. So if they're not doing him, I think I will try to make a couple of him. I haven't really planned how many I will be making, but definitely I think I will be making a couple, but not as much, not as many as the splinters here for sure. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So that was just a quick video, a quick 15-minute video of the Splinter figure here and some of the plans. So definitely stay tuned. I hope soon I will be able to post the videos on how I made these. I think this was going to be a 3-parter, so something like one part talking about what parts I used, and one part talking about how I molded some of the parts, and one part talking about the assembly and the paint such. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. So I wanted to thank everyone for following this. This has been incredibly fun, just having all you guys commenting and messaging me. I've got a lot of cool friends making through making these, and also I don't think I would be able to keep up the steam if I was sitting with this alone, because some of the nights it was just like so tedious. So knowing that people were like liking and commenting was like really helping me pull through. So I want to thanks for that. And also a big thank you to all the people who ended up buying these or trying to buy these. I'm so sorry if you missed out. I really wished I could have helped everybody out, but yeah, there's just it's just so much work. So hopefully maybe you will be able to pick up some of my future projects, and I won't lie, I might want to revisit a Splinter figure in a couple of years. Not this one. I kind of started concepting another version of this, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish that. So don't get your hopes up. Also, I will be parting out a little bit of parts for this Splinter. So if you want to try and maybe make your own, I have a few bags with some miscast and some, some iffy parts that I'm selling. So I will be posting a couple of videos explaining what you will be getting there. So definitely also stay tuned for that. So thank you for watching, and yeah, take care everybody, and make sure to check back in when I'm back here with some other stuff. Bye guys.